The first setting you should check is the printer. Make sure Prusa Core 1 High Flow .4 nozzle is selected. The second is filament. Make sure that Prusament PLA is selected. Third are the general print settings, which have different preset options based on your preference. The first thing you will see is a number, which is the layer line thickness. 3D printers work by putting layers of filament down, one on top of the other. The smaller the number, the more detail you will have, but will take more time to print. The larger the number, the less detail you will have, but it will be a quicker print. The second thing you will see are key words, such as speed, balanced, and structural. This refers to whether you want a fast print, a more structurally focused print at the cost of speed, or a balance between the two. Select the setting for your particular use case. Most 3D prints are not solid. They have internal support structure called infill. As a rule within the DLL, all models should be printed with an infill of between 15 and 30%. Strength does not generally improve above 30%, and percentages above this can lead to wasted filament and longer print times. If you have a large print, we suggest changing the infill pattern. You can do this by clicking on the print settings across the top, selecting infill, then infill pattern. From here, you want to change it to adaptive cubic. This adapts the infill to the model and saves time and filament. Brim can be unchecked unless you have a print with a large flat base. A brim will help the bottom layers stay on the print bed throughout the duration of the print. The last setting is supports. Some models have overhangs, which are parts of the model that do not have anything under them. The 3D printing process does not allow for parts of the model to be printed in air, and will need support structures to make that part of the model successful. First, you will want to go to Print Settings in the upper left-hand corner, then select Support Material from the left. Make sure that Generate Support Materials and Auto-Generated Supports are on. Next is Overhang Threshold, which is a value that represents when a part of your model will need supports beyond a certain angle. 90 degrees is straight up and down, which can be printed with no supports, and 0 degrees is horizontally flat, which will need supports. Check that the overhang threshold is set to 35 degrees, which is usually when we start to see quality issues or failures when printed without supports. Your last option on this tab is the style. Grid is standard block supports that is built straight up. This is good for large flat areas. Snug is similar to grid, but uses less material. Since it is closer to the model, it might be harder to remove these types of supports. Organic is good for intricate and irregular overhangs. These use little material and are easier to remove. Going back on the Platter tab, the support options are as follows. None, no supports will be generated. Support on build plate. Supports will only start from the build plate, therefore not starting a support on your model. For support enforcers only, supports will be placed in areas indicated by the user. This is recommended for advanced users and is not necessary in most cases. This will be a separate video. And everywhere. Supports will be placed under any overhangs based on the threshold indicated by the user. In combination with the style and support placement, you can find something that works well for your model.